Hey guys, Speechless here, and today in this video I'll be going over Blackout tips and tricks that you guys can use to get your either first win in Blackout or to get wins easily in Blackout. Now, Blackout has been a BR game for me that I've really become comfortable with because it has that PUBG playstyle to it. And I'm on PlayStation, so I can't get that feeling that I had on Xbox anymore. So I've been putting a lot of time into Blackout, and I've came up with a couple of tips for you guys. So the first one here, which is tip one, I have a name for it yet, but once you deploy, which you will see me and my partner do in this clip here, once you pick your spot, you want to wingsuit out of the helicopter, and you want to dive down to about 67 meters per second or something like that, or so, and you want to pull yourself back up, which shoots you across the map, like you fly linearly across the map and to your spawn point. Like, by the time you get there, you'll still be above in altitude, and you'll be able to land before anyone else, so you guys can see that here. As you guys can see, I did overshoot it, but that typically doesn't happen if you guys pay attention to where you ping or where your partner ping. Tip number two that I have for you guys is to not panic while you're in the same house or complex or area as an opponent, because for one, it can mess up your aim if you're rocking a high sensitivity of like 9 or higher, maybe 8 or higher. That messes up your aim, as I just said, and it probably will give your opponent the advantage over you because you're hitting everything but the opponent. Alright? So that brings us into tip number three, which is actually having a low sensitivity improves your accuracy. And what this means is, for all my people that rock a sensitivity of like 9 or higher or 8 or higher, and zombies or multiplayer, it's good for your like reflexes and like if you're getting shot in the back. But however, if you're facing an opponent one-on-one in Blackout like you would probably normally do, having a lower sensitivity does improve your accuracy, and you'll see that here. There's a guy that's North 24 in front of me, and like I had I think a 5 or 4 sensitivity here, and all of my shots did land on him. If I was rocking probably a 9 or higher, I would have probably hit the house or the floor or the ceiling or the fence or whatnot, and I would have probably not hit him as much as I would have wanted to, and I probably would have died there. Also, you guys see that I'm low health. That brings us into tip 4, which is be very cautious of what meds you use at a certain point of time. And if you guys didn't know, trauma kits are the strongest meds that you will have in the game. Then there's med kits, and then there's bandages, or first aids as they call it in game. So trauma kits are probably mostly used for at that moment, like when I was at 57 health and I had like bandages and stuff like that. I didn't want to waste bandages because bandages and med kits can be used as, well, they're technically used as meds that you use in a gunfight. So for example, if like someone was in the same like area as me again, I pop the trauma kit and then he knocks away the extra health that it gives me, and I'm like 90. Okay, we're trading shots, we're going back and forth. I'm sorry. I pop a med kit, boom. He pops a med kit, boom. We trade shots again, and then I pop probably 2 bandages while he's still trying to get that 1 med kit off, and I peek him again, and then I kill him or something like that. Those bandages and med kits are meds for you to use during gunfights. Trauma kits I wouldn't suggest because it takes the longest time for you to heal, but it gives you max health. Tip number 5 that I have for you guys is that gun preference means a lot in Blackout. Some of you might say, aren't the guns from Blackout and multiplayer the same? They aren't actually, they differ from each other. So, the stats of the guns in Blackout are different from the stats in multiplayer. So some guns in Blackout have more recoil than they do in multiplayer or zombies, etc. And yeah, the damage might be nerfed on the guns as well. So there will be a weapon guide and a weapon, a list of every single weapon. Well, not every single weapon, but ARs, SMGs, and snipers in general. Those will be listed from worst to greatest in another video, and also another video would be perks, which is probably the next thing that I'm going to get into. Perks do help you win games. I repeat, perks do help you win games, especially perks like dead silence, awareness, and soaker. Soaker allows you to crouch. When you're crouched, you move extremely fast as if you were sprinting. Dead silence and awareness, you guys should already know from previous Black Ops experiences. But if you don't know, not Blackout, I'm sorry. Dead Silence is a perk that allows you to move around the map quietly. Your footsteps are muffled, almost. Awareness allows you to hear other people's footsteps more clearly, and they become loud. Tip number 6 that I want to get to is that equipment also wins the game for you. Alright, so here in this snippet you see that I'm using a recon drone. The recon drone is one of the most important pieces of equipment that you can pick up in Blackout. You know, it helps you survey your area, your surroundings. You are exposed, but you should probably find cover, unlike I'm doing now, droning like standing up by a tree. Nine bangs and concussions and cluster nades and frag grenades, etc. The equipments will be listed in another video for another day. However, equipment does help you win games. Tip 7 that I have for you guys is that in game, it's okay to play scared. I'm not gonna say play scared. It's okay to play like a little bit of a camper, because in situations that you're about to see now, you're getting shot at, you're low on meds, alright, your ammo's fine, your gun is fine, like you have the right equipment, but your meds aren't where they need to be. It's okay to hide in that building, or it's okay to hide in that little corner in the dark areas. It's okay to do that because it's a part of the game. It's a part of Blackout. It's not Fortnite where you can compete for high ground by building like, you know, 1x1s or anything like that. It's not like Fortnite where you have to build to get high ground. It's more of like a tactical play. Alright, you can hide, you can go for high ground, you can play aggressive, you can play passively, or you can play however you want to play, because it is Blackout. It doesn't have any mechanics like Fortnite, and it's basically PUBG. So it is okay. It's okay to play passively, guys, especially in game, especially in situations like this. There's cargo crates around, there's 4 other enemies around. I technically have high ground, but I can get shot from like so many ways. However, it's okay to play like this because, one, it gives you an advantage. You can hear where the enemies are, you can see where the enemies are before they see you. Granted, they might know that you're camping in that building, but hey, you see them before they see you. Tip 8 when it comes to endgame is that you want to play not passively, you want to play aggressive when it comes to the last 2 people, especially if they're in contact with each other. So you guys will see that later on in this clip, but it's very good to do that because you can capitalize on that enemy while he's trying to heal, or after he gets out that fight and he's already low. That's a really big play because you don't have to worry about a dude that just popped a trauma kit and you both at 200 health and the storm still closing. You don't have to worry about him outgunning you because he already popped that med kit or whatnot. You can just take him out from the health that he already had from the previous fight. So yeah, you want to play aggressively, especially when it comes to endgame.
Let's go. Caught the second solo win in a row, boy.
Tip 8 and the final tip that I have for you guys is that water can be friendly and it can be deadly. What I mean by this is that if you're playing duos or quads and your teammate's still alive and you're swimming in the water, you know, not checking your surroundings, if you get shot at and lose all your HP, even if your squad members are alive, it is an instant death. There's no getting down in water, there's none of that. It's an instant kill for your opponent.
He had a
Um,
Hades operator,
It's friendly though
dude.
because your opponent might really they have to have good eyesight in order to
Do
see,
you want it?
because
'Cause I'ma
as
die
you
for
saw
I
there,
don't want it.
I didn't really see them. The only way that we noticed that they were in the water was because we spotted them before,
You said
and the
what?
only thing in front of them in a circle was the water or the river itself. So yeah, take that into consideration when you do get in the water. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
basically 8 tips
yeah.
for you guys. I hope you won your first game, or I hope this helps you win
I'm dropping
Blackout
down.
games more easily. I'm speechless, and I will be making more videos like this in the future. I love you guys. Peace. I'm sorry guys, but before I wrap up the
He's
video,
like the
I wanted
one
to say
tap
thank you
god in
for
Siege,
all
dude.
the
Like
support that I've
all
been
of his
getting,
kills are
and
one
it
taps.
means a lot.
Like no hacks,
But
no
you can
nothing.
expect
One
more
tap.
tips and tricks in Blackout gameplay and all of that good stuff.
Yes.
From now on, to be honest, because I fell in love with this BR genre of, well, not genre,
Oh
this
my,
BR
this
mode of Call of Duty.
sniper.
It took me out of
Dude,
PUBG
this
play, and it took me out of Fortnite
sniper.
play.
This
So I want to help you guys get more
this
wins
sniper is
as I'm
big. Oh,
improving
another one,
myself.
another one, another one.
So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Weapon guides, perk guides, and equipment guides, or rankings, if you want to call them, will be coming out.
Did you get him?
Probably
No, someone else got him.
tomorrow.
Someone else
The
got him.
weapons
Someone else
guide
got
will
him.
come out, and then the next day the equipment, and then the next day the perk guide,
Where?
and then there will be more
Coordinates.
tips after that. And then yeah, that's
I'm
basically all I
popping
can tell you
information, I'm
guys.
popping
And
social.
I just want to say thank you guys, and see you in the next video.
I'm gonna
This
pop
time
a
I'm
trauma.
going for it.
Oh, that's not.
Bye-bye.
Dude, Anthony, res. Well, I hope he doesn't push. I hope he doesn't push. I hope he doesn't push. Why do our characters stand up? It's so dumb. Is it 2v1? It's 2v1. Where is he? Oh, behind the bush, behind the bush. Good stuff, my boy.